I've also, when working with the USGA, I dealt with the farmers and the ranchers and the nut growers and the fruit growers and the vineyard operators. Those are hard-working people. Make no mistake, that's a hard job. And they're not fat cat ranchers living off of free land, because nothing's free when you become a rancher or a farmer, nut grower, or fruit grower or vineyard operator. It's tough business. The issues of water come into play, a tremendous problem in southern Arizona as far as our water rights and protecting our water rights. We need to do that at every turn, everything that we can do to protect those water rights so that they're not taken away from us and they're not wasted either, that we have to be guarded with our water issues. We need to protect those ranchers and give them the tools that they need to make their ranch successful, take off some incredibly dumb burdens that they have to face in regulations from the U.S. Forest Service or the Bureau of Land Management, or even our own state owned government operated lands called state lands. They all have these crazy regulations written by people who sit in offices and look out the window trying to dream up what they can do next. The issues of how deep you can drill a well, how much water you can use. I support the dairy as an example in Cochise County. That's a clean industry, it pays very well. They do use a lot of water and they're responsible about how they use the water and the recycling and everything that they do. It's a very good industry and they're very good people. They put a lot of people to work. So those are the kinds of things that have been overlooked or completely ignored by previous administrators of the 2nd District of Arizona. And you all know who that I mean. You all have your same frustrations with them. Ranches, farms, nut growers, wine growers, all have to make a profit in order to stay in business. It isn't a hobby. So one of my goals is to go to Washington and support them, to take away those restrictions where you cut back on the number of cattle you can run on Forest Service land, as an example, because the Forest Service doesn't want the cattle on the land in the first place. They want them all off, so they make it harder and harder and harder, and I just cannot support that in any way. I'm James Schmidt, and I'm running for Congress in the 2nd Congressional District of Arizona, and I want to thank you for taking the time to listen and look at this video, that your valuable time, and understand that probably every single issue you have is the same issue that I have. So please contact me by email, just call me on the telephone, send me a letter. You can comment on this video at the bottom. And I promise you one thing, different than the other candidates, I do not edit out negative comments. The other candidates do. Check them out. But we put them all in there. If you don't like what I've had to say, you need to tell me that you don't like it so that we can talk about it. But please consider voting for me as a Republican in the upcoming primary. Thank you.